What's going on with your people and what you got going on? Peace, being. Shouts out to my kings and queens holding on to your energy, being high vibrational, working on yourselves every single day. Stand in the spirit, going from within, and that's above, so below. Being an introvert is the best pill to swallow. Being a homebody is good for your mental health. You get that peace, tranquility, calm, and chill. You will say no to parties. You will say no to clubs. You will say no to bars. You will say no to smoking and drinking. And you will say no to sex. And you will say no to Cornhub. You will say yes to discipline. You will say yes to motivation. You will say yes to your purpose. And you will say yes to your goals. You will say yes to be inspired. And you will say yes to inspire people. And you will say yes for being inspiring and young and very youthful being. You want to be in a lonely spot where nobody's not going to be around you anymore. Just because they might seem to think that your life is boring because you're just a loser without them. Like they don't need you, like they don't want to be cool with you, but you're okay with that. But you really want to be cool just by hanging out by yourself, just like walking by yourself, just really getting that energy all to yourself, you know? You get that self-care, you get that self-love, you get that self-respect, you get that self-belief, and you get that self-trust, and you get that self-worth. You get that enthusiasm, and you get that optimism. And this is why you just have so much brilliance and intelligence when you be a homebody as well. It's like you make your own music on your own. You work out for 2 to 3 hours and you go to bed, and the room is so nice and cold as well, and you don't want to leave out of your house even though you have to. You gotta go to work to make money, to pay your rent, pay your bills, or you gotta pay for your phone bill, whether you got here a family that really want to come over, or you really got to come over to theirs as well. Like maybe they really want to help them with something, but you know, there is just so much peaceful vibes when you be a homebody. There is so much peaceful vibes when you be by yourself. And yes, but me, every time I be a homebody, I just don't need my haters to be at my street as well. But even though people have been driving pretty crazy at my street as well, then I'm just like, can they stop being at my street, driving all slick and crazy? I'm not thinking about these people, and I'm not worried about these people. All I'm worried about just really is myself. To be a servant to God, to be a servant to Christ as well. Just really think for myself of what I can have a better healing, what I can have a better love, what I can work on myself really the most. Because this is why I'm staying single and having no friends. And this is why I've been really focusing on myself a lot, and I've been really working on myself a lot. And all of this stuff here, what was happening about a year ago, was teaching me a lesson. What was really going on about me as well. And I'm happy that I gotta go through that as well. And I'm happy I gotta go through the storms. And I'm happy I gotta go through the worst. But it's not there to stay. But when you're on celibacy, this is how good things will always happen. You have good days, you have better days. You don't want to look for the best times, you don't want to look for the good times. You just really want to create your own experience. You want to create your own things as well. Like, if you think in your heart, so it's you. You will become of who you are. Whether you think about your purpose so much all day, every single day, no sleep, early bird gets the worm, man, it is the best thing that gets to your mind as well. That is the number 12, by the way, because the number 12 is like a very powerful number as well, because I'm definitely seeing the number 12 a lot as well, because this definitely gets a impact in my life as well, like the number 12, or just single one, like 12, because I'm definitely seeing artists as well. It's like you're being into your true, authentic self, being a warrior in your own movie as well, being a warrior in your own majority of life as well. So this is what I really want to say. It's like being a warrior in your own solitude. But I love to be alone most of the time, because it really gives me so much better feeling. And yes, I do communicate with people as well. And yes, I do be social. But most of the time, I just really want to go home after going to the gym. And my provider been telling me about, you need to get out for hours, Roderick. Like, if you really want to go home at 5 o'clock, if you really want to go home at 4 o'clock, you can. But you need to use your hours, Roderick. If you don't use your hours, I don't know what to say to you. Then I was like, I don't care, but he still picks me up every day, though. But what I do for a living, I just go to the gym. I just go to the Barnes & Noble. How much I just love to be around, like, fancy stuff. But I just don't be around in the hood. There's just so much pollutiness. But I do live in the hood, but I basically don't have any friends to talk to nobody in the hood, by the way. I gotta sneeze right quick. Bless me. Ooh, popping up in the air. As I was saying though, I like to be at Barnes & Nobles, I like to be at the libraries, I like to be at coffee shops, and I like to be at shows as well. Like concerts, whenever I see who's coming, the bands that I basically know that I used to grow up with. And then I just come home as well, having a good moment as well. Stay up all night, just think of it. And this is how being an introvert, it's like, you just not trying to be that famous, but I am YouTube famous. I am famous on Facebook as well, but I'm just not trying to be all big like that, because I definitely need some time on my own. But yeah, I love being an introvert, but I like being on my phone while I'm being an introvert as well. But I do read books while I'm being an introvert as well. It's like, where there's so many people just trying to be near me when I try to read a book, then I'm just like, put my book up, and I just definitely be on my phone to see the world, what the world is up to. And I don't look at fights, I don't look at twerking, I don't look at people getting high, getting drunk, or negativity. I just don't look at none of that foolishness. I look at people working at the gym. I'm looking at like people going crazy in the mosh pits, or Salem, Massachusetts, or inspiring things. But if I do see that type of stuff in my profile, I basically unfollow them. But I know for a fact that there were bots. But you just gotta think before your eyes. So I just love to chill at the house as well, and I love to chill outside as well. I like being at my front porch, and I like to be in my backyard as well. Because you don't need to be, being a chosen one, you don't have to go out all the time. You don't have to go out all the time when you are a chosen one. Straight up.